Welcome to Phantastic Feast. I'm your host, Thuy Phan. Today we are going to make a very nostalgic and very traditional dessert from Vietnam. It's called Chuoi, and basically what it is bananas. You layer bananas, coconut milk, fresh coconut shreds, and then peanuts, and then you put it in the freezer, and then 4 or 5 hours later you have a dessert that people can enjoy. And what I like about it is it's all natural. Everything is really fresh, and it doesn't have too much added sugar to it, so it's something you don't feel too guilty about giving to your kids, and it's something a lot of people grew up with. But without further ado, we can get started. What I want to show you first is you'll need some coconut milk, and you will add some sugar to that to sweeten it up, and then also some tapioca starch to thicken it up. And we'll do that first, so then we'll let it cool, and then all we do is just slice, dice, and then layer. So let's go over here and we will start that. I actually really like this brand, Savoy Coconut Cream, because it's very creamy, and I discovered this because my mom discovered it, and whatever mom discovers is pretty legit. But I do find that this brand is very creamy, so I like using it for this. Next, we'll make the tapioca slurry. This just is a thickening agent. If you don't have tapioca starch, you can use cornstarch, but tapioca is the preferred one. You could buy it at most Oriental food markets. You want to make sure you do this so then it doesn't become like coagulated or clumpy when you add the tapioca starch into the coconut milk. Okay, that should be good. You just want to make sure you continue to stir it so it doesn't burn at the bottom. And this dish calls for a little bit of sugar, but depending on how much sugar you like, you can make it sweeter or not. But I find that the bananas, when they're ripe, they're already so sweet, so I only add about a teaspoon. Or maybe just do 2 teaspoons, just so it has a little bit of flavor. Just mix it up. What I also like about this dish is that there's really no true recipe. It's however you want or whatever you like, because we use peanuts traditionally, but if you like almonds, you can use almonds. No one's going to say no. If it's what you like, then you can add it and put a spin to it. I actually use jackfruit in this dish because one of my friend's moms used it one time, and I thought, oh my god, that's a great addition because I like jackfruit, and from then on I started adding jackfruit to it. Yeah, you'll see it thickens up right away. So after about a few minutes, about 5 minutes, I'm going to take it off the heat so it cools, so then we can start layering it. And in the meantime, we'll cut up all the other ingredients to get it going. Smells so good. Okay. I'm just going to pour this coconut milk here into this bowl. And let it cool down for a little bit. In the meantime, I'll start cutting. I have here fresh coconut shreds that I cut myself from the actual coconut. I actually cut it myself, but this is something you can buy very easily at the supermarket, and it's frozen. And once you just defrost it, you just put it in a bowl and take out the water, the excess water, and it makes life a lot easier than having to do it by cutting it yourself. But I happen to have it, and this is jackfruit, and for some of you, some people love it and some people cannot stand it because it smells to them like durian, which is a very offensive fruit to some, but again, it's an acquired taste. Some people love it. I happen to love it, and my friend's mom put it into her Chuoi, and I thought it was a great addition, so I like to add it into mine whenever I have jackfruit. So right now it's in season, and I don't know how they survive, but it's so cheap right now. It's about 2 pounds for $1. So after peeling it, I like to cut these into thin shreds so that you can layer it onto the Chuoi. And of course, if you don't have this or you don't like it, there's nothing missing. Purely preference. So this dish is not hard at all, and it's just an assembly line. So once you have everything sliced and diced, it only takes a couple minutes to get things going. You know, there's a lot of ways to make this. It's super easy. You can forego adding sugar into the coconut milk. It comes down to preference. I've made this way, and I liked it, and it's been well received, so that's how I do it. I find that usually when I cook, I don't really go to the supermarket thinking, hey, this is what I want to make. I'm going to go buy this and that and make that. Sometimes I do have a craving, but generally what I cook depends on what's in season and what I can find. If I go to the store and I see jackfruit that's on sale, or if I see something that is super fresh and I have to have it, then I'll think of something to make from that. But it has worked for me. But you know, sometimes people like plans, but I personally like to see what's available and then plan from there. Okay. Okay. Now all your chopping is done. So I have my jackfruit and I have my coconut ready to go. Now I'll show you the bananas. So these are called Thuy bananas, and I personally think they're the perfect size, and I love the consistency. They're a little bit more viscous than the regular bananas, so they're not as crumbly. And these you can find usually at the Asian supermarket. There's apple bananas, but these are Thuy bananas. They're a little bit different, although they look the same. Conversely, you could also use just regular bananas like the Chiquito ones that you see at the store and cut those in half, but I find these are the perfect size and the sweetness. Even though you see black marks on them, it doesn't mean that they're too ripe or not good. Actually, you want that because the banana is super sweet, so it's got more flavor. So I would use these over these because these are not quite as ripe, but they would work too. I have so many bananas. There's, you know, I can make a lot of things with this. But okay. For me, because I think of this as like an assembly project, I like to get it all going instead of doing it one by one kind of. So I like to peel the bananas so that they're ready to be squashed and layered. For me, I feel like this dish is such a bright and sunny dish. I don't have anybody who eats it and they're not excited to try something that is reminiscent of their childhood. Even if you didn't grow up in Vietnam, it's something that you can get acquainted and learn something about someone's culture through a very traditional but simple dish. I have here popsicle sticks. I like to use popsicle sticks so you have something to hold on to when you're eating it. You can also use skewers if you like. You can use longer skewers, but popsicle sticks work for me. So what you need also is saran wrap. Some people use parchment paper to actually do this. That's another option. I'll show you how to use that, but for me, I've always used saran wrap only, but the parchment paper is a little less messy. So I'll show you how to do that so you can have an option of how you want to do this. Now, if you're going to do the parchment paper method, I would suggest you cutting it. A rough cut, but so they're about this size and kind of like the size of the banana will fit in that way. Okay. So what we will do, take a piece of saran wrap, and put this here. Okay. So once you have your saran wrap and then your parchment paper, you'll take your banana, put it to the side, then you take your parchment paper and roll it over. Next, you're going to take either another cutting board to flatten it out, or you can even use a rolling pin. I think the cutting board is actually a little bit easier, so that's what I'll do. This. Okay, you just want to press it down. your banana is flattened like this. So I actually love dishes like this where it's so simple. It's, you know, you're not using the oven, you're not baking much, so it's something that you could do with your nieces, your nephews, or your kids, and have them be acclimated, I guess, to being in the kitchen, because it's something fun for them, and then they'll want to learn. And when it's time for college and they go away, they are not just eating ramen noodles because they know how to cook and fend for themselves, so to speak. So it's a fun one. Okay, so basically you fold the top over, fold this over. Just want to get it nice, so it's nice and tight. And the bottom here, we'll just pinch it up. Okay. Do a few more of them and then we'll put it in the freezer. Wait for them to freeze up. It's so tropical. Just brush it in. I love how natural this is, and it satisfies your sweet tooth craving. So instead of doing ice cream, which for those of you who are on a little bit of a diet, obviously with the milk and cream that's going to be a little bit richer, this is an alternative that is good too. So I'm going to put these in the freezer so that they can start to become popsicles, and then in about 4 hours when they're hardened, then we can take them out and eat them. Pretty good.